Okay, shall we start? My screen is visible? Yes, no? Okay, Chaitanya, thank you for the confirmation. We will jump into the programming part directly. Yesterday, I had some issues. I had some issues with Eclipse because it was not getting saved automatically. So we had to end the class. Today, we will discuss about the programming part. All your doubts, all your confusions will be cleared. Please stay focused. Okay. So this understanding is really important to understand the future topics. Okay, I will keep the things very simple. Okay, we will start. So the theory is very simple. So we are on top of many to one association. Okay, theory part was completed yesterday. So the simple answer is what? It is a relationship between two entities, or you can say classes. Okay, where many instances of an entity should be mapped to one instance of the other entity. Typical example is many students can choose one department. Many students can choose one department. We will go according to the order that I have just specified. Many to left to right. Okay, let me open the paint screen. Okay, so when we are talking about the association, always remember that we are going to deal with two classes. We are going to deal with how many classes? Basically, we are going to deal with two classes, right? So this is the many to one association. I will keep the diagram very simple. Okay, so we have a class which has a relationship with another class. You can also practice by by doing this kind of diagrammatic representation. Okay, one class has a relationship with another class. So in our example, we are going to consider two classes. One class is what? The student class. Second class is what? Department class. We are going to deal with the data. It's up to us how you are going to prepare a Java program to deal with two set of data. Okay, we are taking two classes. One is student class, second one is department class. So this student class has a relationship with what? Department class. Right? What kind of relationship it has? Theoretically, it is being stated as many to one relationship. It means many students can choose one department. Many students can choose what? One department. Okay, the diagram is very clear. This is how the diagram is. In order to construct the classes, we need what? Two classes. One class is student class student. Okay. Another class is what? The department class department. So this is what? Class. Now listen, guys. Okay, we have two classes. One is the class student and the second one is what? The class department. You need to identify which one is the container class and which one is the container class. Okay, just go from left to right. Just go from what? Just go from left to right, you will get to know. Okay. The class that is stated in the left side is called as would always be the container class. Okay, the class which is specified in the right side would always be the container class. Okay, so in the department, I am going to take two set of variables. When I say variables, we are going to deal with two set of data. Someone has just joined. Let me. Okay. Two sets of data. So we will keep it very simple. So we are going to take what? Department name, dname, and string dname. Yes, if you have an option to allow someone in, you can do that. Okay. String dnumber. Department name and department number. Okay, and I am going to keep very few variables for the student. So let us consider we are going to have student name. Let us consider we are going to have student location. Okay, and so these two variables are fine for the better understanding. And in this, I am keeping a reference of another class, department class. Department dep. Okay, so you should identify two things here. First thing is which one is the container class and which one is the contained class. Okay, that identification is already completed. Okay, this is the container class. Keep it in blue. Okay, this is the contained class. container class and the container class, because department reference is part of the student class, right? So the if you have any reference that is part of another class, that class is going to be the container class, because it is that reference is contained in another class. Okay. So when you are writing a program, what you are supposed to do, okay, you need to remember two things. First one is container, second one is content. Okay, the second thing is, when you are building the Java program, okay, you should first develop the program for the contained class. Okay, you should develop program for the contained class, then you should work on the container class. Okay, so what does it really mean? I need to build a class for department first, and I need to work on the class for student. Are we good so far? Yes or no? Shall we proceed further? Now we will get into the programming part. Okay. Before even developing a program, just take a pen and paper and always do it kind of a small sketch, we can say. Okay. We need two packages. Okay. We will take how many packages here? We are going to work with two packages. This is package 1 and this is package 2. Okay. In one package, under one package, we are going to define two classes. One class is the student class or the container class. The second class is for department class, which is also called as the container class. Okay. These two classes are going to be placed under only one package, single package. Likewise, another package, this package is specially dedicated to the main method or the main class. Okay, let me take the class as the driver class. Okay, public static void main. This driver class is the main class because the main method is placed inside this class. That's why it is called as what? The main class. Okay, two packages are created. Okay, let us name this as com.test.classes. Name of the package. I'm keeping it very simple. Let us name this as com.test.what? Drive. Okay. There are two packages in the package. In this package, two classes are there. This class 1, this class 2. In another package, main class is there. Okay, this is the design. This is what the design. So let us develop this by using the Eclipse editor. Okay. I am creating a new Java project. The name of the project is Associations. I'm keeping it very simple for your understanding. Okay, I'm clicking on next and I'm clicking on finish button. Okay, project has been created. Don't worry about this. Why we are creating a project? Then after creating a project, we need to create packages. Okay, these things are self-explanatory. When I start explaining you about the Eclipse installation, I will let you know. We will do a deep dive in, especially on this Eclipse editor. Okay. So click on SRC, click on new. Okay, you will see an option called package. What is the name of the first package that we have specified in the diagrammatic representation? com.test.classes. Yes or no? This is the first package. Again, click on SRC, click on new, click on package, com.test.driver package. Okay. You can able to see here two packages. Okay. This is how it is going to be. Okay. So this is talking about this package, and driver com.test.driver is calling out this package. This is how the directory is going to be. Making sense? The next thing what we are going to do now, go back to the Eclipse. Okay, inside each package, okay, inside the classes com.test.classes package, how many classes we need to create? Two classes, right? One is for student and one is for department. Let us do the same thing. Let's do the same thing. Right click on the package, click on new, click on class. One is student class. Okay, finish. Okay, again do the right click, click on new, click on class. Second one is what? Department. Okay, click on finish. Okay, two classes are created under this. And again, inside the com.test.driver package, we need another class. This class name is driver class. In this is going to be main class. That's why I'm enabling this public static void main method, so that we will it will make the things very easy. You do not have to type all this. Okay. As per the diagram, don't you think that I have successfully able to replicate the things as defined in the diagram? We have three classes are under the respective packages. Same thing I have done here. Right now we will start building the program. Firstly, every time just keep it in mind, we need to develop the contained class. So this should be developed first priority. You should develop this. Okay. Department, okay, usually when you talk about department, a particular department, if you are running a college, under the department section, you can have any number of information. Okay, information is not limited. It's up to you. It's up to you to include any kind of information. Okay, since we are learning it, we are going to include only two set of information. Okay, inside this we are going to include what? Department name is one information, and the department ID, department number, I can say. We will include these two information just to understand the control flow. You can complicate these things as soon as you start getting to know about this thing. You can do the manipulation, you can increase the complication. It's up to you. Okay, for now I'm taking two variables. Focus here, guys. So I am in the department class. Okay. According to the encapsulation concept, all the variables, instance variables, should be defined with the private access modifier. Private string dname. You can give any name here. It is not like dname. You can give any name here. Private string dnumber. Okay. Two variables are successfully defined. After defining two variables, these are the instance variables. Okay, you should give an option. You should give an option to set values to this and to get the values from this. Okay, for that you need what? You need getters and setters. Getters and setters. Right. So to generate getters and setters, you do not have to type it manually. Just do the right click on this source and generate what? Getters and setters. Okay, click all these fields, select all and click on generate. You may be wondering why we need to generate these getters and setters, because if you don't generate these getters and setters, how you can set the values? We are going to set the values by creating an object. In order to do that, you should have a setter. Setter is meant for setting the values. Getter is meant for getting the values. We have seen all these things in the previous topic, which was encapsulation topic. Okay, if you forgot, you can revise that once again. Okay, so this is successfully developed. Okay, which part we have completed? This part has been developed successfully. Okay, department part has been developed successfully, or else I can take it. This has been developed successfully. Right now, what is pending? We need to develop student class. So now, okay, we need to develop what? Student class. Okay, this is the first. This is going to has to be developed first because it is a contained class. Now we will work on the container class. Okay, this is the container class. Okay, in this class, in order to keep the class simple, I am going to consider two variables. Okay, one is student name. Second one is student location. Okay, and the third one is department itself. Department. Okay, DEP. Okay, this should be the order is, this is number one, this should be second. You need to develop this class second. I'm just talking about the order. Okay, go back here, go back to the Eclipse, go to the student class. Okay, now we are in the student class. Okay, so I am representing three variables here. Two variables are the direct variables and the third variable is a reference variable as a relationship variable. First two variables are private, it should always be private, remember, string this.sname. Okay, I am going to collect the student name. Second one, private string, what is it? Second variable name location. I am going to collect the student location information. The third name is as a relationship variable, private department, okay, DEP. Okay, these three which are in blue, especially which are in blue, you can give your own names, no issues. Okay. So three variables are defined. Okay, I need to generate getters and setters for this to set values to these three variables, to set and to get values to these three variables, getters and getters. How do we generate getters and setters? Right click here, click on the source, okay, and we do what? Generate getters and setters. Check all the fields and click on generate. Okay. Setters and getters are generated successfully. Okay. If you have three variables, you will have 6 methods, 3 for getters and 3 for getters. Okay. If you have 4 variables, how many setters and getters do we have? Can you type in the chat box? If we have 4 variables, how many setters and getters we would have actually? I'm just testing you guys if you're following me or not. For 3 variables, yes, good Chaitanya. 4 getters and 4 setters. For 5 variables, 5 getters and 5 setters, totaling 10 methods. Just multiply it by 2. That is how you can cross check. Yes or no? Do you agree with Chaitanya, everyone? Darshini, Shashwant, Venkatesh. Yeah, keep this in mind. Okay, this is not even rocket science. I will ensure that your confusion is getting avoided today. Okay, please focus. The second thing is also done. What is the second thing? Okay, don't you think that we have successfully developed the class? Very simple, no? This is also completed. Okay. This is completed and this is also completed. Now this one is pending. Yes or no? Driver class. Let us design the driver class. Okay. Go back to the Eclipse. Click on the driver.java. Okay. Now you should focus a lot. How many classes we have apart from the driver class? We have two classes. One is department class. Second one is student class. Please keep in mind. Okay. Always create an object for the contained class. Okay. What does it mean? Since this is the class where we have prepared firstly. Okay, always create an object for the same class. Give the priority to the contained class. Okay, firstly you will create object for this class. Object needs to be created for this class and you need to set the values. Then you need to create object for the container class to set the values. Okay? This is always, contain should always be first, this should always be second. Okay, let us do the object creation. Okay, department d1 equal to new department. Okay, now see, it is going to it is saying, it is giving us some error because department is part of a different package. We need to import that. We need to do what? We need to import the department package. Department d1 equal to new department. Okay, import is done. Are you able to see? I think. Okay, what I just did, in order to bring a connection between these two classes, I need to perform the import operation. I need to import the package. So package has been imported completely. Because of this import statement, the communication layer will be created internally. Okay, so this main class now, this class can communicate with this class because we have used import statement. Right? After using the import statement, let us go back here. Okay, let us set the values. d1 dot set name, d1 dot get department number. Okay, so department name, let us be triple E, department number is 1. Let us keep it as 1. Okay, object creation has been successfully done for the department class. Okay, next we need to create object for what? For the number two is what? The student class. Okay, go to the Eclipse and create an object for the student class. Okay, student. I need to import the student package because student class is part of a different package. So I have used the import statement. Okay, let us go back to here and include this import statement here, so that the main method can also communicate to the student class. Okay. After doing this, let us create object for the student class. Student1 equal to new student. Okay. Let us set the values. S1 dot set student name, S1 dot set the student location, and S1 dot set what is it? Department. Okay, student name can be anything. Okay, let us keep the student name as okay, student location Chennai. Okay, and student is pursuing what? Pursuing the department one. Department, we are not passing the value here. See guys, these are the direct values. Ramesh is a direct value, Chennai is a direct value, no issues. This is especially this, that this part is always talking about the as a relationship. You're not passing a value, you're passing an object here. Don't you think that you are passing an object reference here? Because it is an as a relationship. If you can pass a value, you do not need to create an association. You can directly pass the value, because this object, again internally this object is storing two values. What are they? Triple E and 1, name of the department and also the number of the department. Two values are there. So this value is a fixed value, this value is a fixed value. I mean fixed in the sense only one value, but this is representing an object. Internally it has two different values. Okay, that's why I'm passing D1. We need to pass D1 because it is as a relationship, object reference. Okay, and let us create 3 student references. Let's keep it as S2, 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 S2. Okay, Ramesh, and let's type Ganesh. Okay, let us say that Ganesh is located in Hyderabad. Okay, and yes, he is also pursuing the same department. Is also under the same department. Let us create another student. Okay, S3. Okay, S3. S3. We are not doing anything, we are just setting the values. That's it. Ganesh, Ramesh, Suresh. Let us assume that Suresh is from Bangalore. He is also pursuing the triple department. Okay, now you see, let me copy this. Okay, go to the notepad. Okay, let me paste it here. Okay. Now after seeing this, one object is created for department. One object is created for department, and many number of objects are being created for what? Student. Okay, student has many objects, department has only one object. Go back to the diagram. Okay, student, this part has how many objects? Many objects. You can create many objects. Okay, and you have to create only one object because that is going to fulfill the association, which is called as many to one association. You say many to one association, this should be the, you should consider this, many objects for student, only one object for department. That is the reason why I have created only one object for the department and many objects for the student. We are just setting the values, we are just set the values. Okay, just type S in the chat box if you have understood so far. We will do the tracing part is very interesting. I'm not going to explain it to you like this from tomorrow. I want to ensure that people are getting this at best. Okay, next thing, okay, values are set, everything is done. Okay, because of the changes that we have done just now, okay, what are the things that are happening inside the memory? Okay, let us copy all these guys. Let's copy this and paste it in the. Okay, instead of doing this, what we are going to do, we will try to get access, then we will do the tracing part. Okay, so if I run this, the output is going to be empty. I'm running this. Okay, I'm not getting any output. See, I'm clicking here, console is not getting popped out. But even though console is not getting popped out, because nothing is there to be printed in the console, but so many things are happening behind the scenes. Okay, don't you think that this is the main method? Okay, don't you think that all the instructions inside the main method needs to get executed? Okay? If that theory is correct, if my theory is correct, if all the instructions needs to get executed from the main method, what is supposed to happen behind the scenes? Okay, this is our class, this is our code inside the main method. Okay, all the instructions has to get executed from the main method. Okay, what is the typical instruction? What is the first instruction? This is the first instruction. Okay, first instruction says this instruction talks about object creation. Okay, new keyword we are using. Please keep in mind, okay, whenever you are finding the new keyword, an object will be created. Okay, and it will get a reference. What reference is going to get? Find it here, D1. Reference is what? D1. Okay, this has got a space inside the memory and it is addressed with what? D1. Okay, so in this reference we are setting values for two instance variables. Okay, every time the object is getting created, keep in mind this object will allocate space for all the instance variable for that particular class. So we are talking about the department class. Go to the department class and see how many instance variables are there. Only two instance variables are there. One is what? dName, second one is what? dNumber. Okay, it is ready to allocate memory for these two instance variables. One is what? The department name. Okay, and the second one is what? The department number. Okay, initially it is going to be a default value and we are setting values to what? EE. So department name is going to be EE and department number is going to be 1 itself. Okay, so don't you think that this D1 is storing values of two properties? One is dName and second one is department number. How these values are set? Okay, for the first time you are assigning EE. So EE has got assigned here. No, in the third line, okay, you are setting value for the department number, which is 1. That's why 1 has been assigned here. Okay, again the control will be traveled to the next line. This time you are creating an object. Okay, let us remove this cursor. Let's take this cursor. Okay, now student1 class is coming into the picture, right? So because of the new keyword, one object will be created, right? And this will be references. This is going to get a reference S1 here. Okay, and it is going to allocate memory for all the instance variables. Go back to that class and go back to the student class and see how many instance variables are there. There are 3 instance variables. One is what? SName, location and department. Okay, it is going to allocate memory for all the instance variable. One is what? SName, second one is what? Location, and the third one is what? Department. Okay, now you see guys, okay, s1.setName, we are setting the name as Ramesh. Okay, don't you think that SName is going to be Ramesh, right? Second one, location, we are setting the location as Chennai. Third one, department, we are setting the value as D1. Okay, and again this D1 is not a direct value like Ramesh and Chennai, because this D1 is a reference value of this D1. Okay, S1 has these many entities. This is the S1. Okay, because of this, because of all the 3 lines under this object, these changes has happened in the memory. Okay, again go back here. Again the object is created for S2. Okay, create an object for S2. Okay, this is going to be named as S2. Why S2? That is the name, variable name that we have specified. It is going to be S2. Yes or no? Okay, and it is going to allocate again the memory for all the instance variables. Out of the instance variables that we have SName equal to, this time we are specifying the values Ganesh. Okay, and location equal to what? Ganesh is affiliated with Hyderabad location. Third one is department. Again Ganesh is pointing to the same department, which is D1. Okay, so this d1 is not a direct value, it is pointing to this d1. Okay. Now again, because of these 4 lines of instructions, these changes has happened behind the scenes. You don't see it. These are the internal things that I am talking to you now. Okay. And again, the last instruction, same thing will happen. Okay, let me make it really quick. Okay, this is going to be S3. Okay, this is what? S3. S3. Okay, and it is going to allocate the memory for all the instance variables. Storage, location, DLR, okay, and department equal to D1. Storage is also affiliated with what? The EEE department. So D1 is the object reference. Other things are the direct variables. This point. Okay. We don't see anything in the console. If you run this, you don't see anything in the console. We are not printing anything in the console. But these are the changes that are happening behind the scenes because of these lines. Are we good till now? Type yes in the chat box if you are good till. Don't think that I am going very slow. I want you to understand. Okay, next thing is, if I run this, there will be nothing to be displayed in the console because changes are happening behind the scenes, but I am not using any println statement. But my requirement is what? I want to print something in the console. System. I want to create a method so that method is going to do what? That method is going to print all the values that has been set inside this memory locations. I want to print all these values. Okay, these are the values, guys. I want to print all these values in the orderly fashion, in a good fashion. Okay, I want to print this in the console. How can I achieve that? Okay, now inside the memory, these things are there inside the memory. If you take S1 reference, S1 references Ramesh, Chennai, and D1 information, and S2 references this many information, and S3 method has this many information. So we can print this. We can literally print this in the console. So it has been hidden in the memory. I want to print this in the console. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a method here. Okay, I'm going to the student class. In the student class, I have setters and getter. Under this, I'm creating the method. Method name is public void get details. Okay, so see guys, they're very simple statement. Okay, firstly I want to print what? The moment this method is accessed, I want to give values. I want to print values. What kind of values? I want to print student name. I'm copying this variable reference. Okay, plus I also want to print what? Location. Okay, plus I also want to print what? The department. Okay, so student name can be direct value, location can also be a direct value, but department is not a direct value. I need to use this department reference to get the value of department name and the department number. So department dot get department name. I need to do like this, guys, because these are the direct values. SName can be taken directly, location can be taken directly. For example, go back to the screen. SName, if I try to execute, if I want to print the value of Ramesh, I can use this reference and I can print SName. So I can use location, I can print Chennai. But department, if I use department, I cannot print D1. I need to print something that is inside the D1. Okay, inside the D1, I have department name and department number. The same thing I am doing it here, guys. So department.getName plus, okay, I am giving a space, department.get department number. Okay, one statement I have placed in getDetails. Now see what are the things that is getting displayed in the console. So this is the method, my own method. Okay, this is a functionality. When you get access to this method is going to print the information about the student name, location information, department information, and department number information. Okay, let us see if it is really getting displayed. Okay, now you see object is created for 3 students. Okay, I'm using this reference variable s1. If I do s1 dot get details, okay, I can see all the details that is stored inside the s1. If I do s1 dot get details, I'm using s1 reference. Okay, I'm trying to run now. Okay, Ramesh, Chennai, triple 1. Okay, it is not in a good fashion. So what I'm trying to do is I'm keeping a like hyphen here. Hyphen. Okay, 3 hyphens. Okay, let me run this once again. See, Ramesh, Chennai, triple 1. Okay, if I use S2 reference and if I try to get details of S2, I should obviously get the details that is stored inside the S2. Yes or no? Get details. Likewise, if I use S3 reference, if I try to get details, okay, I should be getting the 3 different details that is stored in this respective variables. Ramesh, Chennai, triple 1, Ganesh, Hyderabad, triple 1. What is happening behind the scenes? Let us copy this. Go to the paint screen. Okay, this is our code. Okay, this is our code. Okay, now the main thread will get access to this frame. Okay, it will try to find the get details method. Okay, go to the get details method. Okay, so this is what our get details method says. So 3 times the get details method is going to be called. Why 3 times? Because we are calling get details method for 3 times. Okay, okay, let me, this is not let me copy this once again, guys. Okay, now it is making the visibility is good, I think now. Okay, you see, first time the get details method will be called. The get details method is getting called on the which reference variable? S1 reference variable. On top of S1 reference variable, we are calling get details method. Okay, the control will go to the get details method. Okay, it has to execute all these instructions one by one. Okay, SName. Which SName it is going to print? Okay, S1, the name that is inside the S1 object. What is the name that is inside the S1 object? Ramesh. Right? So Ramesh will be displayed in the console. After this, okay, after printing Ramesh, there is a location information. Go to the S1 object and see which location, Chennai. Okay, Chennai will be printed in the console because we are using a hyphen here. So along with the hyphen, Chennai will be printed. Space. Now dep.getName. Okay, now see, we are giving the dep reference. Inside S1, there is a dep reference. Don't you think so? Okay, by using this reference, again we are calling what? GetDname. Okay, it will call the department name of this triple E. Okay, first call is for this reference. Very simple. First call will be for which reference? First call will be for D1. Again, inside D1, we are calling what? All the information, department name and department name. Right? So that's why dep.department name is going to be what? Triple E. And department number is going to be what? 1. Okay, execution is completed. Again, second time, s2.getDetails. This time S2. All the information inside S2 will be printed. Ganesh, Hyderabad, and again department 1, which is triple E1. Okay, second time. Ganesh, Hyderabad, HYD. I'm sorry, it's not Hyderabad. Triple E, again 1. And the third time also on top of S3 reference, we are calling get details. So the information that is inside the S3 reference will be printed. Suresh, PLR, triple E1. That's why we are saying this in the output. All the information inside the information is stored in the object. We are trying to get those information by using a utility method, by using our own design method, get details method. I have designed this method. The purpose of this method is to print all the information inside this every object in the orderly fashion, in the clear fashion. Are we good so far? Type yes in the chat box. If finding it confusion once again. If you are finding it confusion once again, I cannot help you out, guys. This is the best thing that I can ever explain it. No, you are not going to get this kind of explanation anywhere. Trust me. Okay. Now see, now you can perform a lot of modification, guys. This is not only the one thing. Okay. You can also print like, okay, see, System.out.print, okay, the details about, you can perform manipulations. The details of students. What I'm doing it here, see, details of students. Again, I am using the System.out.print. Okay, I just want to print this in the table format. Okay, now I am doing this what? Name /t. When you do /t, it is going to use the tab key plus name. What is it? What are the other information? Location /t plus what is it? Department dname /t. Okay, plus the department number d number /n. Okay, I wherever I have used t, okay, the control is going to give a tab key. Tab key will be given. If I run this, you will get to know. Okay, let me run this. Little manipulations. Okay, first thing is this. Second one is what? Name we are getting, location, dname, department. We are getting a huge amount of space here because of this /t. Okay. Let us do further modification so that we will get the output in a good tabular form. Okay. Like this, you need to perform manipulation. Do the changes and keep running. Run details, name, location, department. Okay. Now, if you see, these things are not in the right order, not aligned directly along with the heading, right? So for that, what we can do, go back to that method. Okay. Here you can do what? Instead of giving this hyphen /t, it is going to give a tab /t. Okay. Instead of hyphen, remove that hyphen and give /t. Okay. After executing this, it should come to the new line, right? So /n. Okay. Let me run this. See, don't you think that the details of the student? Ramesh, there are 3 students, Ramesh, Ganesh and Suresh. All the 3 students are affiliated to the same department. Many students, one department. This is called as many to one association. Theoretically, we have concluded. Programmatically, we have concluded. Diagrammatically also, we have concluded. I have given you the explanation. Perfect explanation for this. It is not like you should be taking the data input like this. You can use your own format, no issues. I have taken dname, dnumber. You can include 3 or 4 variables. It's up to you. For the simplicity, it depends upon the college to college. Some college will take less information, some college will take more information. The data preservation, we are talking about the data preparation, data communication, the data navigation. Data depends upon the college to college. If you want to track details, you will be using a notepad and you are going to include so many fields. Up to you. Depends upon the person to person. Okay, according to me, this is what my preference is. For the understanding, I have developed in the crispy way. You can add many fields, no issues. Right? So this is the output in the tabular form, many to one relationship. Require any explanation? You can ask you can post your doubts. Yeah, so good question, Sashwant. Okay, so here Sashwant has asked a good question. This one, right, Sashwant? At the moment the main thread is executing this instruction, usually what happens, okay, this name will be printed. Okay, assume that this is a console. Okay, first this name will be printed directly. After printing it, they are giving /t /t. It means a tab will be, I mean, if you enter tab, it will create a lot of space, a tab space we can say. Tab is going to create the unique space, and after giving this much space, LOC will be printed. Sorry, let me repeat this once again. Name will be printed. Tab is going to give create a lot of space. LOC will be printed. Again, we are giving tab. DName will be printed. Again, we are giving tab. DNum will be printed. Okay, this time we are not giving tab. We are giving what? /n. It means new line. This is how it is getting printed in the console. If you see the console, okay, if I run this code, okay, because of this line, okay, this is what is happening behind the scenes. Spaces are getting aligned. Getting this? This one. N is new line. N is the new line. T is tab. Any other queries? And one more thing, I do not want to give the confusion. You can also use a constructors. I've already told you. What I have told you, right? To set values, you can either use setters, you can also use the constructors. How we are going to use our constructors, we are going to discuss that tomorrow in the many-to-many association. After completing this, many-to-many associations, after completing this respective topic, we are going to see about the aggregation, and composition. Very important topic in the interview. Do practice this today.